I can't do it like that.
This is not what we had talked about, and you know that's not what we had talked about.
I know what you're talking. You paid me to do a job, but I can't do that right now.
You can't do that. I'm signing the checks, and you can't do that?
Logan.
You can't do that.
Logan.
Come on!
I understand where you're coming from, but this is not the time or the place, all right? All right, it's not the time or the place.
Where's the place, Nana? Where's the place?
Welcome to Fight Pro Wrestling, the home of progressive, innovative combat. We are structured around 3 separate divisions, the hybrid, grappling, and tag team division, which each have their own individual rule set. Over the course of 8 weeks of competition during the season, fighters earn points based on their method of victory. A referee decision, TKO or KO, is 4 points, pinfall or submission 3 points, countout or forfeit 2 points. A time limit draw will see each competitor receive 1 point, and an extra point is awarded to the competitor who has fewer violations. However, a disqualification will see a 1-point deduction from a fighter's season total. Our code of conduct is especially important here at Fight Pro Wrestling, and we have a series of violations in order to enforce the rules in the spirit of competition. Certain violations are automatic disqualifications, while most lead to a warning and then a 3-strike system. After 3 strikes, a competitor will immediately forfeit their match. Now, let's take a look at our current rankings. Unfortunately, Fight Pro Wrestling was unable to come to terms for future dates moving forward with Persia Pierce, and so she is forfeiting her spot in the Grapplers division.
Our Tale of the Tape is sponsored by The Men's Grooming Studio. Book your next cut at themensgroomingstudio.com.
Welcome to Fight Pro Wrestling. Enter the fight round 4. Coming to you from Westville, New Jersey. I'm Jason Eat alongside Avery Good, calling the action for you this afternoon.
Now entering the ring, fighting out of PC County, Maryland, weighing up 300 pounds. He is a second round, number 4 seed selection in the hybrid division, and
Avery Good, professional commentator. Ladies and gentlemen, Moses is about as scary as a human being as I've met in the history of my time in professional wrestling.
The number 4 ranked competitor in the hybrid division, about to see if he can be a gatekeeper, taking on a man who is making his debut here in Fight Pro Wrestling. The number 11 ranked, making his debut. This is Dominic Denaro, Avery, and he is the 7th seed in the 3rd round. Has a chance to make an immediate impact against Moses.
Dominic Denaro looks well put together. Looks like he's got a little bit of a wrestling background.
Fighting out of South Brooklyn, New York, weighing at 195 pounds. He is a 3rd round, number 7 seed in the hybrid division, and he is making his Fight Pro in ring debut. He is the Saint of War, Dominic Denaro.
Not only is this hybrid division competition, but there are biblical stakes on the line, as we've got a prophet going up against a saint in Moses versus Denaro.
As I was saying, Denaro looks like he's got a little bit of an amateur background, maybe a little bit of an MMA background. I asked him about his fighting style, and it was probably my favorite description I've ever gotten of a fighting style. He goes, it's just meat and potatoes.
Let's take it to the face-off.
Moses, any final words before the bout?
Think that's the first time I heard this? You think that I made it this far? As I lay down to people your size, boy, I'm about to chop you like a tree.
Well, usually the face-off is word before deed, but Dominic Denaro could not wait to get started.
And this kid, I don't know. At first, I thought he'd be a tough. He come out, he's got a death wish. He walks right up, gets in the face of Moses just during entrance. Then he slaps him during his opening where he gets to just talk a little bit. He ain't afraid. I'm going to give him that. He ain't afraid. But I'm going to tell you right now, in professional wrestling, when you walk in the building, it is tradition that you shake everybody's hand. And today, when I had to walk up to Moses and shake his hand, he grabbed my hand, and I felt like I was like a little boy, and this man who gripped my hand could end my life at any moment he so choose to. So I don't know if I'd be as ballsy as Denaro's being right now, but hey, I'm going to give it to the kid. He's got guts.
Moses undefeated right now, literally said to Denaro he's going to kill him. That maybe could have been metaphor, but honestly, I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
When you're a guy, he's right, 5'7", 5'8", you want to be a pro wrestler. He's probably been laughed at every single time he's told somebody that was his dream, right? So he has, like he said, he is not afraid of challenges.
Denaro almost catching Moses and taking him down. Denaro says he is a kid from the gutter, did what he had to do to make it here, and he's not going to let anyone send him back.
Almost like a little spine buster variation a little bit there. And I don't know if you've noticed, but we've got Prince Nana at ringside.
Our owner, our promoter, Prince Nana, who is the man who brings us these fighters. What a great scout of talent as the undefeated Moses just towering over the Saint of War, Dominic Denaro.
Right now, Moses got Denaro in the corner. Big old double chops. Sends Denaro right down.
Denaro's smiling and laughing in the face of Moses. He says he fights for those who are lost in the streets so that they will not be forgotten. Heard someone in the crowd.
Let's put like a big weight on your shoulders.
So much pressure.
Yeah.
So much pressure to fight for people who literally fell before you in the battles of the streets.
Right, and you can't be a coward if you're going to dedicate yourself to a cause such as that one, right? You got to go out there fierce, day in and day out. And right now, though, I just don't think it's enough to counteract the monster that is Moses.
Dominic Denaro may be many things. Fool one of them, given what he's doing, but he is certainly not a coward as Moses just delivering another scripture from his book straight to the chest of Denaro.
Now, maybe you could fill me in on this because I wasn't here for this match, but from what I heard, Moses straight manhandled Mike Bennett.
Destroyed him.
Like, Mike Bennett's one of the best wrestlers there is on the scene.
Well, it's Anthony Bennett. I should say it was Anthony Bennett. And that's what sent Anthony Bennett from the hybrid division to the tag division to team with Tony Leenda. Basically, holy moly! Or holy Moses, I should say. Dominic Denaro just rocked the Prophet.
The kid's still alive. My bad. I even double checked it. I'm like, you sure it was Mike Bennett? That guy destroyed my. He's like, no, it was Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett's
still a jacked up little dude, though.
Absolutely. Prince Nana basically handpicked Bennett after that loss and sent him to the tag team division to team with his golden prospect, Tony Leenda. And now we are seeing the debut of Dominic Denaro. He says he's going to rise above, but remember where he came from.
Quick right hand, right to the jaw, connects with a second one, a third one. 4, 5, 6. Ducks one. Ooh, big chop.
I believe he's actually hitting just under the head, right in that neck area. Wow. Denaro just ran into a freight train.
The immovable object met a very, very movable object.
Got absolutely flattened as Moses lifting Denaro up like a small child, like a stuffed animal you'd play with in your bedroom, a slam buddy.
Yo, that did not surprise me at all. Like I said, when he grabbed my hand earlier, I knew that man was capable of doing exactly what he just did. But we got a sleeper over right here, and if you would have knocked the big tree down a sleeper way, in my mind, is the best way to do it.
We know you're a big fan of the sleeper and a great adaptation, trying to put him to sleep and knock him unconscious all at the same time.
Big club to the back.
There is
Moses
no
down,
quit.
maybe for the second or third time in this matchup. Big forearm to the back of the head.
Forget about it, forearm to Moses. And Denaro usually used to putting someone away. Moses not even all the way on the ground.
So you notice in MMA, right? A hit to the back of the head is illegal because it's so detrimental to one of your competitors. In pro wrestling, that is a perfectly legal option. And Denaro took full advantage of it right there.
Smiling with another forget about it right to Moses. And Moses may actually be out. This would have to be a huge upset.
Can he roll him over? That's a 300-pound man. Just trying to move up a 300-pound man who was unconscious and roll him onto his back has got to be a feat in itself, especially after 8 minutes of intense battle.
Trying to position him, and instead, Moses moving himself up to higher ground, and that can spell nothing good for the Saint of War.
Yeah, I'm trying to not let him up. I'm trying to keep him down as much as I can.
I mean, to be fair, Denaro is clearly trying to do that too with those knees. Such great strikes. Snake eyes!
Watch out, bro! Shoulder tackle sends him flying into the ropes. Moses is feeling it.
5 minutes elapsed.
Are you trying to tell me this dude's only number 4 in the rankings?
This man is number 4. To be fair, Moses is number 4 with only 1 match. So another win, and Moses could be well on his way up those rankings. See splitter to Denaro.
And not only was that move impactful, but
By pinfall, earning 2 points. Moses!
It was actually
3 points. Moses!
my favorite part of the end of that match was the pin he put on at the end, right? He hits him with the big impactful move. He doesn't just lay a hand on him, which he maybe could have done, but he pulls up both legs, rocks him back on his shoulders, and puts his 300 pounds of weight right on top of Denaro's shoulders. Ain't nobody kicking out of that.
Moses now calling for a microphone, not scheduled to have any mic time, but I'm not going to be the one to say no to Moses.
Me neither, bro.
Dominic, I advise you to get your ass out of the ring, man.
And Dominic knows when it's another man's turn.
Fight Pro, what else do you need? I killed not 1, but 2 people. Moses will continue to lay a path of destruction until I get my hands on Rett Titus. So Rett Titus, Moses isn't asking. He's telling you, I want a shot at that belt so I can beat your ass in this ring, and I will be the Fight Pro champion. Don't let me have to wait too long.
Moses saying he wants the opportunity to go against the #1 ranked Rhett Titus, because the winner of this division is going to get a chance against the premier title fighter at our finals to become our inaugural champion.
Hey, cameraman, don't you move a muscle. Rhett Titus, I said it to you in that ring, and I meant it. I'm on the hunt for you. Moses is hungry. Moses spent a lot of time in the desert, not wrestling, not working, and I got pissed off. Then I had a conversation with that burning bush. And now I'm back. And unfortunately for you, Fight Pro is where I landed. So like I said, I'm coming for that belt, Rhett. Don't worry about who's giving you the message. Just get it. Did you get the message? Don't worry about it, because if you didn't, Moses is going to show you. Either Fight Pro's going to put me in the ring with you, or I'm going to destroy everybody in that damn locker room until it's only me and you left. Until then, Rhett, be blessed.
From your occasional repair to complete renovations, we have a service for you. Call 856-599-8034 and book with Anton Remodeling Company today.
If you have interest in becoming a professional wrestler, feel free to reach out to our website at www.worldwidewrestlingdojo.com.
The Worldwide Wrestling Dojo, where quality talent receives quality training. Our tale of the tape is sponsored by Busky Apparel. Are you feeling busky? Check out Busky Apparel on social media at busky_CO for all your busky swag.
We're going to see tag team action now. Our tag team rules are a little bit different. There are no submissions in tag team wrestling here in Fight Pro. It's got to be by pinfall, knockout, or TKO. Not a lot of love for these two, the Busky Brawlers, Erick Martin and Joe Keys. And Joe Keys just yelled at a child.
I think Joe Keys put on 10 pounds of muscle from last month.
They are known as the muscle and more muscle. Sometimes there's the brain and the brawn. One's brawn, one's brawnier.
It's like power and more power. I like that better instead of power and glory. Power and more power.
They are a second round, number 5 selection in the tag team division, and they are currently ranked number 3 with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and a score of 3 points. They are Erick Martin, Joe Keys, the Busky Brawlers.
The bullies of the tag team division, a brick wall any other team who enters is going to be forced to come in contact with. We're about to see a debut, Avery, here in the tag division, a chance for us to really see the rankings completely change before our eyes this afternoon. This is Primal Fear, Matthew Oman, and Gabriel Hodder.
I don't know why Nana keeps doing these debut matches against the Busky boys, just because I'm telling you right now, like, that's not the debut I want. Hey, you want a debut? Come in, showcase what you can do, showcase your talent. These ain't the guys to do it against, because if you remember last week, they just straight ran through some debuting young up-and-comers in pro wrestling, and it didn't work out well for them.
And they are making their Fight Pro in
They are the number 6th ranked team, 2nd seed in the 3rd round, but they have a chance to really climb up the rankings here in our tag team division.
The tag team division rules are as follows.
Match can only be won by pinfall, referee decision, forfeit, countout, or DQ. A violation will be given if you not legally tag your partner, or partner offensively attacking or defensively breaking up a pin or hold without tagging in.
All right, gentlemen, before we start the bout, any final words for your opponents?
Gentlemen, I've been hearing all week nothing that this is your house. Now this is where you train. These are your little boys over here that you trained, asses we kicked last time. So maybe y'all should get your money back, yeah? The way I see it, this is the house we took over. You boys are nothing but squatters. You want to put your name on this place? Be the team.
My words will be nothing. I don't care how busky you boys are. Because we are all fight, no fight. And we're going to beat you boys down and leave you with your own true primal fear.
A bit of a subplot for this match. It sounds like there's revenge on the mind. I wasn't aware that Primal Fear were involved in the training of Skid Row, and Skid Row was basically left to skid marks by Busky Brawlers at our last event. So there's a lot more than points on the line today, Avery.
It's definitely a match where Skid Row boys can go back, or no, who was it last week?
Skid Row, absolutely.
Well, there we go. I did get it right. It's
You're
a match they can go back to, right, and take some notes and see maybe 1 or 2 areas they can improve upon. But right now, I'm going to be honest, right? You get some wrestlers come out here, they're all happy, jumping around, high energy, high-fiving everybody, smiling, they're here for a good time. We got 4 really angry, pissed-off individuals in the ring right now, and I don't see much smiles or high-fives. I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
right?
Joe Keys in the black and gold, Matthew Omen in the black and white. He calls himself the Psycho Suplex Machine, so no surprise what Matthew Omen is going to be going for in terms of offense.
From last week to this week, they did grow a little bit in sense of their opponents. Right, these guys are a little closer to their size, not quite. They're about half the size of Joe Keys and Erick Martin. See, we got a headlock. We're going to back them up into the ropes.
Joe Keys and Erick Martin are tired. They're tired of seeing other people get success while they haven't. But honestly, so is the same with Primal Fear. These 2 teams train with each other in the Ring of Honor dojo, and both feel like perhaps they were overlooked compared to others when it came calling for call-ups.
I mean, that's Joe Keys' whole MO. You look at him, he's got the long blonde hair, right? Trademark of a guy who made $1 million in professional wrestling. He's got the body. Look at him. He looks like a god. He's great in the ring. He's great on a microphone.
Gabriel Hodder in right now and covering, but unfortunately our referee not in position.
But Joe Keys, I feel like every single time Twitter goes wild because some young up-and-comer got signed to this big company or that, every single time that happens and it's not Joe Keys becomes a more pissed-off human being.
Some people chew tobacco. Joe Keys chews resentment.
And dumbbells.
Primal Fear.
A little one-legged drop kick right to Joe Keys' nose. Looked like Joe Keys trying to straighten his nose back in the corner. Oh, then they're up, pops him off. A little Mexican lucha pop.
Primal Fear says they are all fight, no flight. And that power slam nearly decapitated Gabriel Hodder, the Hellraiser.
He was about 2 inches from never taking another bump, I guess, in his life ever again. That boy almost lost his life right there. Erick Martin in the ring.
The Busky Brawlers coming in, and Erick Martin has a quiet intensity about him. This is a man who just, I don't know, he's old school, my friend.
Now, I am known to usually make fun of a wrestler who likes to get in the ring with his T-shirt on, but Erick Martin doing it for advertising purposes. Advertising purposes, only T-shirt quickly off, exposing quite an impressive physique. Oh, we got a leapfrog. We got a drop down. Oh, another drop down. We got another leapfrog. What's going on here? Oh, we got a shoulder tackle into his own partner. Joe Keys turn around. Back body drop.
Smash Mouth Wrestling as Primal Fear getting 1 or 2 over on the Busky Brawlers.
Matthew Oldman right there just ran through both Busky Brawlers, tags his partner in. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea, right? He had everything going for him, and he decided to tag out. Like, kid, you had the momentum. Stay in the ring.
Now Primal Fear looking to send the Busky Brawlers outside the ring. That is not a violation. You do have to leave the ring under your own power in order to it be counted as a violation.
And I was going to say, with Eric Martin not even being the legal guy, maybe there's a little, I don't know, a little gray area there on that one. Well, but Eric Martin inserting himself into the ring, legal or not. Joe Key's picking him up, maybe Spicoli driver.
That is a warning. That is a first warning.
Oh.
And Joe Keys.
Busky Brawlers have received a warning for the fist from outside of the ring.
17 years in this business, I'll tell you, landing on people's knees is way, 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 way worse than landing on that mat. It is painful. You never know where that knee's going to go, which vertebrae it's going to dislodge. Ah, that looked gross.
Now Omen being forced up. And now Eric Martin absolutely taking it to Primal Fear.
Their first violation.
I'd give him a second one for spitting on people. That's just
surprised.
gross.
We may have to go back to the rule books.
Keep your germs to yourself, bro. This is a post-COVID world. We do not want to be spitting on people.
Joe Keys just manhandling.
It's almost like an underhook hip toss thing where he just chucked him, almost Beal style. That was kind of awesome.
Great offense by Joe Keys.
5 minutes elapsed. 15 minutes remain.
Joe Keys up on the toe, applying that extra pressure in that headlock right now. I need to go talk to Nana because I really, really, really need a Joe Keys-Moses match quick.
Really taking it to Gabriel Hodder. While Omen on the outside just desperate for a tag.
And this goes back to, right, Matthew had all the momentum in the world before. He had both Busky Brawlers on the run, and he tonguing his partner who was kind of cold, right? If you got the hot streak, man, you got to stay in that ring. You got to ride that thing till it's out. When you catch yourself in trouble, then get out of the ring.
Joe Keys in a lot of danger, and now Eric Martin tags in. These two already have one violation. Unfortunately, you can't pin the legal man for a victory.
Ooh, don't turn around now. Oh, Gabriel throws that kick. Eric Martin catches it. Clothesline. Joe Keys down, but Eric Martin's got something tuned up. He's waiting for him.
That's the second time we've seen friendly fire by the Busky Brawlers, and it may be that Primal Fear have their number and could get on the board with some points in the division.
He's reaching for that tag. Eric Martin's got him in hand, chucks him back the other way.
Eric Martin doing a great job of cutting the ring in half, not allowing Primal Fear to reconnect.
Lands on his feet, makes it tag. We got Matthew Owen back in. 1 strike, 2 strikes. We got a back elbow. We got him tied up. Oh, no. Oh, there's a knee to the face. Eric Martin on Dream Street. Here comes Joe Keys.
No love lost between this team. Saito suplex applied to Joe Keys.
Matthew Owen just straight feeling it today. Oh, up and over. Keys went for that little face slam guy he's got. Oh, there's a running boot to the face.
And Primal Fear is on fire right now here in their debut at Fight Pro.
I'll tell you right now, this one's been a battle of Matthew Omen, who's just in the groove today, versus the smart tag team wrestling of the Busky Brawlers. They're definitely using the in and outs a little bit better. They're using the rules here at Fight Pro in their advantage.
And we've seen now Joe Keys just took another violation.
The Brawlers have received their second violation.
The Busky Brawlers cannot afford another violation. They are down to their last option. They will forfeit this match if they receive another violation. That one was for slamming Omen's head into the post.
And I got to be honest, these guys are so hot as a tag team right now. I feel like 4 violations is the only way that they're going to take an L. Like, they're wrestling at their peak right now, and the competition just can't keep up. Oh! Little big boot German suplex combo. That's going to be out. Look out. Gabe getting up. Nope. And that's it.
Winners of the bout by pinfall, earning 3 points, the Busky Brawlers.
And now the Busky Brawlers with 6 points on the board. Well, I think they may have just taken the lead in the standings.
And that's not surprising. Look at them. They're big, they're smart, they're tactical, they're powerful. They use every single advantage offered here by Fight Pro, and they use it wisely. These guys know what they're doing, and right now, they're on a roll.
Erick Martin and Joe Keys have only suffered 1 loss here in Fight Pro to the team of Action Andretti and Bro Keller. You know they want to see those two again in the ring and maybe give them a receipt. And now Joe Keys taunting Skid Row. It wasn't enough that he beat them last week. These two supporting their trainers.
What do you think Joe Key bench presses? I spent a lot of time in the gym. I bet that dude could put up 450.
Our tale of the tape is sponsored by the Worldwide Wrestling Dojo, where quality talent receives quality training. Go to worldwidewrestlingdojo.com to start your journey today.
Your number 2 ranked competitor in the hybrid division, and a man that we have seen personally adopt a new brutal and vicious attitude. This is the champion of the 1%.
Not only is he in the 1%, the champion of the 1%.
Very, very bad blood on the line in this one, as the man we're about to see, the world-famous, world-traveled Cheeseburger, was actually sent to the hospital, our very first event, by Logan Easton Laroux. We didn't know if we'd ever see Cheeseburger in a Fight Pro ring again.
Logan Easton Laroux's got to know his star is on the rise. But as high as he gets, right, amongst those ranks in the world of professional wrestling, every time he looks, Cheeseburger's right at his heels, right? Cheeseburger's star, again, on the rise, traveling the world, traveling the country.
Cheeseburger, one of the most beloved wrestlers in the United States. I think that's fair to say. Really riding a wave of popularity and adulation here in the pro wrestling world.
Kind of like I was talking about earlier, Cheeseburger's one of those guys that enjoys pro wrestling. Comes out with a big smile on his face. He'll give you all the high fives you want, right? Not that he's not a legit badass in the ring, but Cheeseburger enjoys every second of being a professional wrestler.
Cheeseburger accompanied by his student and teammate in the Shinobi Shadow Squad, the Rabbit Honey Badger Ryan Mooney, and it's not so that Cheeseburger can have a one-upman over Logan.
He's accompanied by the Rabbit Honey Badger Ryan Mooney. He is fighting out of Trenton, New Jersey. He weighs at 151 pounds. He is a first round number 2 seed selection in the hybrid division, and he is currently ranked number 7 with a record of 0 wins, 0
But Cheeseburger's smart. He's been attacked from behind by Logan before. Ryan Mooney is out here as an insurance policy to make sure that no matter what happens in this match, Logan Easton Laroux doesn't have an opportunity to attack CB from behind yet again.
Cheeseburger's been around long enough, right? Cheeseburger's been a good guy and professional long enough to know every underhanded tactic there is, and if he can help avoid one, well, he's going to do it, right? We learn from our mistakes as professional wrestlers.
Before we get started, any final words for your opponent? Logan?
I had the first word with you, my friend Cheeseburger, and I'm thinking I might finish what I started. When I get through you, I'll go through all of your little friends, and I'll be the #1 fighter.
Where's my popcorn? Where's the popcorn?
Logan, tonight, prove that you can wrestle. I'm sick and tired of your whining, your crying, your shenanigans, your cheating. I want you to prove you can out-wrestle me. You can. I want you to try that. Yeah? Okay.
The challenge has been laid down. Cheeseburger has seen that Logan has been using the violations to his advantage here in Fight Pro, challenging Logan to a straight-up wrestling match. I don't know how likely that is to happen.
I don't know how likely it is to happen, but, right, we all know Logan has a bit of an ego, right? And Cheeseburger just called him out on that. He said, hey, you think you're as great as you are. I want you to beat me on the mat fair and square. Maybe that works, right? It's a good tactic. I appreciate the tactic by Cheeseburger. And Cheeseburger's got to know it's got about a 50% chance of working. He's not a dummy, right? But it's worth a shot.
Cheeseburger's a lifelong learner and a trainer, the head of the Worldwide Wrestling Dojo. He has trained so many members of our roster, including the Rabbit Honey Badger Ryan Mooney on the outside, Eli Isom, Damaris Dawkins. We saw David Moses make his debut. Cheeseburger has taught a lot, but he knows a lot more than he lets on.
My favorite part about Cheeseburger, right, we sit here, we can talk about how he loves training, how he loves learning about professional wrestling, how he basically lives at his training center. My favorite part about Cheeseburger is over the last year or two, I've seen him put on about 15 to 20 pounds of muscle. Still not the biggest guy in the ring, but a vast improvement from the Cheeseburger I met about 12 or 13 years ago. Dude is working his tail off, and I hope he gets everything and anything he wants in the world of professional wrestling. And right now, he wants to move up the ranks at Fight Pro with a win over Logan Easton Laroux.
That's right. Not only did Logan attack Cheeseburger, but Logan has cost Cheeseburger opportunities by not being healthy enough to compete. Cheeseburger missed 2 events and is now behind with only 1 point due to a draw with Eli Isom.
Cheeseburger hook. He got a little heel hook on that arm there. Logan rolls right out of it, though. And so far, Cheeseburger tactic is kind of working, right? He's got Logan wrestling his kind of matchup.
Cheeseburger has a dazzling offense. He is a technical wizard and often gets into an opponent's head. Logan has so far been the master of the metagame, playing the rules and regulations of fight against his opponents. But that's right, Cheeseburger does seem to be forcing Logan to play his game and fight his match.
You think it drives Logan crazy just how happy Cheeseburger is? Like, Logan's a pretty miserable human being.
Oh, Logan going for a cover.
Like, you know, misery loves company, and Cheeseburger is the opposite of misery.
Cheeseburger is usually a very fun-loving guy, but there's only so much happiness you can bring to the ring when you're going up against someone who costs you money, who costs you time, the pain of recovery. I mean, you know better than most how difficult rehab is.
It's the worst thing, and it's just when you think, you know, you're at your hottest and you're in a nice little streak, right? An injury can pop up in the world of pro wrestling at any time, as most of us do learn, usually the hard way. Cheeseburger now going right back to that ankle, right back to that heel, little spinning toe hold. Oh, what we got now? A little ankle lock.
Cheeseburger did a great job pushing Logan out of his comfort zone. But Logan, a great grappler, trains in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in addition to being a professional wrestler. Logan has already beaten Colby Carino and Matt Quay, en route to becoming the #2 ranked, chasing Rhett Titus with an astonishing 16 points.
Let's talk about that for a minute. That's got to be driving Logan crazy. Undefeated and #2. Still not good enough. Can you explain to me what it is that just keeps having Rhett just keep edge him out a little bit on the top of that leaderboard?
Well, Rhett is the only competitor who has been on every single event. Logan was suspended due to his refusal to pay a fine at our second event for, whoa. That is a warning. That is the first warning. Cheeseburger just grabbed Logan's hair.
I think that was a little bit of Cheeseburger having fun. I'm going to be honest. It was a warning well worth it.
And now Logan trying to ground Cheeseburger. You can't dance circles around someone when you can't breathe.
It looks like he's going for that sleeper hold, maybe switching it up a little bit now, trying to grab a better grip. That looked like maybe the opening Cheeseburger needed. Cheeseburger out now. Looks like he's looking for a wrist lock. Oh, he's got an interesting variation of a wrist lock there.
But to answer your question, not only has Rhett had the opportunity to be on all 3 events, but then Rhett had to fight the Gauntlet. Rhett took on both Miles Millennium and Killian McMurphy in one night, and astonishingly was able to get 8 points with his dropkick, a KO and a TKO in the same evening.
And that's got to be the other thing hard for Logan to do, right? If you're going to catch up to Rhett, you got to be knocking people out. Regular wins just aren't good enough because Rhett picks up 4 points at a clip with that dropkick.
That's right. It is 3 points for a submission victory, 3 points for a pinfall, but 4 points for a referee stoppage, knockout, or TKO. It seems very clear that Cheeseburger right now looking for a submission or, if possible, maybe a flash pin.
Going right back to that arm. Cheeseburger kind of going with a dismantle any body part he can get his hands on.
Oh,
tactic.
Logan caught Cheeseburger.
Oh, full mount. Let's see. Going a little top wrist lock for himself.
This has been a completely different style of competition than everything we've seen. You were right. Logan's ego definitely gotten to. He is 100% wrestling Cheeseburger's match.
And as of right now, he's winning it. Oh, until I spoke. Misses that knee drop on Cheeseburger's elbow. Cheeseburger back to the leg. Shin to the inside of the knee.
Cheeseburger has become such an adept technical wizard in the last several years.
15 minutes.
5 minutes have gone by. We have 15 minutes left, and we have seen Cheeseburger go to a draw before. We know that Cheeseburger can go the distance.
And Cheeseburger just inventing stuff on the fly right here. I don't even have a name for this maneuver, but it looks painful.
You know, we saw earlier as our previous ring announcer, Danny Soden, was kind of demoted to a backstage correspondent, tried to question Prince Nana and say, why is it that Logan, after attacking not only our wrestlers, but I have to say, he put his hands on me, Avery. He put his hands on me.
You could be a little much sometimes.
I mean, that's fair and honest and hard to hear. With that said, Logan seemingly above consequence, while LSG was suspended for attacking Ryan Mooney after the bell. What makes Logan so special?
Sometimes it's all about who you know and what you pay him.
I don't know what you're insinuating. That's a hell of a charge.
I mean, nobody likes Logan, like as his personality.
Allegedly. I don't want to get sued.
He can't win people over with his award-winning personality. There's an arm drag by Cheeseburger. I give that arm drag like a 7.2 on the beauty scale.
Great
Mine was
reversal.
a 10.1.
Logan reversed into that head scissors takeover, and then Cheeseburger as well. These two have just been going hold for several minutes. Lamahit's draw to Logan. Now Logan almost took Cheeseburger out.
These guys definitely going hot and heavy right now, but Cheeseburger's tactic still working, right? I haven't seen Logan cheat one time, right? I haven't seen him take one cheap shot. He's out there trying to prove he can out-wrestle Cheeseburger.
And now Cheeseburger receives a violation for a closed fist to the face. You know he had to enjoy that.
How much money do you think you could have won?
Has been issued his first violation.
If you bet on Cheeseburger be the first one in this match to get 2 violations.
Not a chance. 100% I would have thought it would be Logan. But hey, maybe Cheeseburger's been studying the tape on Logan, decided to take his strategy and use it against him.
But again, these are warnings. Cheeseburger's a rule follower. He is following the rules. He's only getting warnings, which you're allowed to have here at Fight Pro.
Well, technically, he's got 1 warning and 1 violation. He's got 2 more strikes. Now looking for that arm bar, but Logan able to maintain that grip. If he loses his arm...
But even still, warning and a violation is not a disqualification.
That's
He's
correct.
Playing within the rules.
Stacking up Cheeseburger. CB being hung out to dry right now. That is completely legal using the architecture of the ring. And there's that gentrification! Logan usually goes for the pinfall at this point, but instead calling for the 10 count, wants to see if he can get 4 points off a TKO.
Right, you know, like Logan at this point knows he's playing catch up. He is behind Rhett, and he cannot catch Rhett 3 points at a clip. He needs all 4 points, and Cheeseburger's already moving around, so he ain't getting 4 points right now.
It's a risky strategy. I feel comfortable saying that Logan absolutely would have been able to keep Burger down for 3 if he had gone for the pin, but instead, frustration now throwing Burger to the outside.
Mooney over to check on Burger quick.
And
Burger's
that is a
still
warning.
shaking up from that cutter.
That is a warning.
Has received his first warning.
That is for exiting the ring of his own power, basically taking a timeout, except now he's smashing Burger's head into the post.
Warning.
Logan has been issued his first violation for ramming his opponent into the ring post.
And Logan in 15 seconds just caught up with a warning and a violation in his own right.
Completely changed everything about this match. First, the gentrification, followed by the rail to the head. People say that the apron's the hardest part of the ring. That's a lie. You've been fed a bill of goods. It is that steel post. That is the hardest part of the ring. And Logan decided to do it again.
Ooh, he's on thin ice now. Violation number 2. Which means he's got how many left, Jason?
0. If he gets one more violation, Logan forfeits. But what else is there to do? Cheeseburger dead.
Now, Logan at this point has no other option but to play by the rules from here on out, folks, which is a very, very difficult thing for him to do. Sometimes when instinct kicks in, you just boop, hit him with a little eye poke. Who knows, a little hair pull.
I think this was completely tactical. I don't think that Cheeseburger can fight back at this point. And now Logan just slamming Cheeseburger in the back of the head, completely defenseless. This is insane.
Referee looking for the bell. No bell. Ah, there it is. It finally came.
That is a referee stoppage and 4 points for Logan Easton Laroux.
Your winner of the bout via technical knockout and earning 4 points, Logan Easton Laroux.
And Logan posing on top of Cheeseburger. Now Ryan Mooney coming in to make sure that Logan doesn't take advantage. I think his point's made, though. He just decimated Cheeseburger's skull.
Speaking of take advantage, there is not one competitor in that locker room who is able to take advantage of the rules here at Fight Pro better and in a more intelligent fashion than Logan Easton Laroux.
CB came tonight to try and get some measure of revenge or justice, and now Ryan Mooney just reading the riot act to Logan Easton Laroux, thankfully here to stop further damage. Let's not minimize what just happened. CB took 2 shots to the skull into that steel post, and then 3 unprotected elbows to the base of the skull.
Let me test your math a little bit right now. Logan just got 4 more points. How far behind is he?
16 minus 10, 6 points.
6 points behind.
Oh, wait a second. We heard Danny Soden have some words about Logan earlier, now trying to come and interview him.
By knocking out Cheeseburger. I'm happy to knock out anybody that Fight Management puts in front of me. Because I will be the number 1 in fights.
Now we see the premier fighter, the savage gentleman Victor Benjamin, writing the word respect onto his gloves as he prepares for the toughest challenge of his reign against the premier contender Erick Stevens later tonight. Stevens very publicly stated he does not respect Victor Benjamin's accomplishments in pro wrestling, and so savage gentleman Victor Benjamin is going to look to earn that respect with his fists.
We
may be looking at shadows into the sun right now. I think we're going to get a clip.
He got all of it and connect.
Tony Denton last month.
No! Did he kick out on time? that two. That's two. Big spin kick. No! Knee. He's out. He's out. Stop the fight.
Savage gentlemen, Dominic. Don't like a noise. Dash, don't. Solid like a dash. Don't ever say there's on a 4. Fight. Gotta go over dash. Swallow it. Rett Titus. Dos like a over the Delirious list like this. Barak to pay.
I really thought, Delirious, I really thought you were going to go all the way. I thought in the end, be the #1 seed and you in the finals.
Halloween, and then we go with this. In the hour. Shall we even dance?
For now, I want this match to happen in the future. So whenever you can get back here to Westville, New Jersey, it would be an honor to show you that I'm a bigger man than I ever was before, and do it with God.
Soy vos, Brawlers, Denaro, Delirious, Shosa, Pira.
First started with the Monster Factory, I said to myself, like, if I got one person to the WWE, I'll be happy.
Danny Cage, you have this school at the Monster Factory.
He teaches you everything. I was working in one of these dead-end jobs. As soon as I walked in, I was like, this is awesome.
The rush of being in a wrestling ring is like nothing else. An underdog is a hungry dog.
Part of me didn't want to call myself Twitch, but how many wrestlers do you know not only have Tourette's, but are like open about it?
Make sure they don't kill each other. Or if they do, just clean up.
How you doing? It's George from GWB Designs. We're starting a new project, hey, come on in. Any of your construction needs, give us a call, 631-953-5054. Thank you and have a good day.
GWB Designs, here for all your home improvement needs from start to finish. Our tale of the tape is sponsored by Complete Management Solutions, creating a workplace environment that allows their customers to thrive. Go to cmsexperience.com for details.
It is the number 5 against the number 6 ranked here as we continue with Enter the Fight round 4. And this is a match I am personally really looking forward to. Avery, as the Haas of Haas's, looks to take out the American Hammer.
Ooh, there's my boy Devontes. Look at him. High energy, straight nastiness.
You've known this man a long time.
Since his first day in the ring.
What makes him such a great pro wrestler aside from his total disdain for children?
Whoa, who you yelling at, bro? You better back up. real quick.
I thought he was your boy.
He is, but he apparently got a problem with me. I don't know what his deal is. Right? He's just mad I didn't teach him how to do a sweet arm drag like I could do. What makes him a great wrestler is he's just a bull and he's always moving forward. He doesn't back up from anybody. He's not afraid of anybody. Like I said, he's just straight nasty. And look at his energy. You don't see big guys move around the ring like he does with that kind of energy.
35 pounds. He is a third round, number 9 seed selection in the high division, and he is currently ranked number 5 with a record of 1 win, 0 losses, and a score of 3 points. He is the Hoss of all Hosses, Devantes.
Devantes also trained by some of the best professional wrestlers the world has ever seen, right? Myself included. But names like Hollow Wicked, names like Orange Cassidy, these are guys he's all studied, or Devantes has studied under all of these fellas.
Well, another gentleman who you at least trained with a little bit in his career and who's gone on to great things is our next competitor, the American Hammer, Matt Quay, someone who has really captured the hearts of those here at the Super Crazy Entertainment Center, home of Fight Pro Wrestling.
Matt Quay, another one of those guys you can't help but to love. I trained with him a little bit back in the day, but I truly fell in love with him when I got to do commentary for him right here at Fight Pro. Right? Look at his energy. He's out there. He's having a good old time. But the kid's in tip-top shape. Like, I don't even know the last time the boy ate a piece of bread.
Entering the ring, fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing out 209 pounds. He is a first round, number 10 selection in the hybrid division. He is currently ranked number 6 with a record of 1 win and 0 losses and a score of 2 points. He is the American Hammer, Matt Quay.
If you wanted to build the foundation for the future of a promotion, you should bring in guys just like these. Oh, wait. We did here at Fight. This is some of the best independent professional wrestling talent available on the scene. I'm very curious to see what these two very different men have to say to each other.
You won't find a better independent wrestling locker room than the one here at Fight Pro.
For this bout,
young up-and-comers, vets.
any words for your opponent, Devantes?
Oh, I like you. I'm in this quick, kid.
That's right. Let's go!
Yikes.
Best of luck with that, brother, because I can do this all day.
And you look at Matt Quay, you can tell his cardio is on point, and I absolutely believe he can do this all day. In fact, I believe if this match goes over 5 or 6 minutes, that the advantage is fully in Matt Quay's corner. Devantes is the kind of guy he's going to run straight through you, but how long can he do it for? Right, the longer this goes, the advantage in favor of Matt Quay.
A money-motivated prize fighter is Devontes, who has made it very clear that he intends to finish matches quickly so that he has to do the least amount of work to make the most amount of profit.
Now, one of the reasons also I fell in love with Matt Quay trains with Mean Mark Mest, independent wrestling legend. Now, Mean Mark Mest owns a school that I used to train at with Steve Carino and Ricky Reyes back in the day. And to say the word school is kind of like a little bit of a stretch because it absolutely was a warehouse space, like a storage space, big enough to hold a wrestling ring. No heat, no air conditioning. Right, I used to train there in the winter, and Matt Quay's doing it right now. Right, it is freezing cold in this building. You only drive down this dirt road into this storage space facility, right, if you love pro wrestling.
And you're saying Matt Quay knows how to be tough, and you have to be tough going up against the Hoss of Hosses. This can be Quay's night, but boy, it's going to be an uphill battle. Matt Quay defeated the Mecca to qualify for the hybrid division, but it was in large part Mecca kind of defeating himself by getting disqualified due to violations. Then Quay took a hard loss to Logan Easton Laroux. Right now, Matt Quay is looking for a signature win here in Fight Pro.
And right now, this match is in Devantes' favor until that big clothesline. Woo! Matt Quay, that's what he's going to have to do. He's going to keep the energy high. He's got to run around the ring. He's got to avoid those strikes of Devantes because it's just going to take one of them to knock him out. Right? Irish whip to the rope. Devantes sits back and dig those heels in and reverses that one. It's a big guy to try to throw across the ring. Up and over. Another big stinger splash. Maybe a bulldog.
An important thing about this match is these are both men who had to qualify for the division, as Quay looks to put Devontes away at 2 and only 2. Neither of these two men were drafted. Both of them actually had to compete and beat an established member of the roster in order to get here. That puts a chip on your shoulder when you don't feel like you were wanted. Avery, what does that do to you as a competitor when you know you weren't the top choice?
Well, and like you said, it puts a chip on your shoulder.
Devontes!
It puts a chip on your shoulder, right? Which we've talked about earlier in the show, which either makes you work harder or makes you cower into a corner, right? The great, when you're backed up against, you're back to the wall, you work harder, you step up, you improve your game. Both these guys did that, right? They didn't get drafted. They earned their spot. Now, this is where it gets, to me, a lot more.
It's like complicated.
It's a passion. It's a hey, I earned this thing. You're not taking it from me. It's not something that you were just drafted and it was given to you, right? You had to earn it and work for it. And it's almost like with my kids. Like if I buy them a toy, they'll break it, play with it, and not think of it, again. But if they had to save their own money and work for it and earn it, they will cherish that thing forever. Nothing bad will ever happen to them. These guys have earned their spots, and you better believe they want to hang on to it.
Senton, and now Quay almost put away. I can't imagine the feeling of almost 300 pounds landing square where I'm trying to breathe, and that's going to do a lot of damage to Quay's stamina. You were talking about how his cardiovascular ability may be the factor in his favor. That may have just been flattened as an advantage, literally and figuratively.
So now it's up to Devontes to stay on him, right? If you give him a second to breathe, that kid can re-energize, I'm sure, very quickly. But if you keep on him while he's down, you keep the wind knocked out of him, you keep the violence coming at a rapid pace, just like that.
Fallaway slam, twisting Quay inside out. It's Devontes with the far leg cover, and both these two have done a great job of staying on their opponent. But so far, in a lot of respects, it has been Devontes bouncing Quay around like a pinball.
Yo, I'm texting the video editor people right now. If I don't get a replay, like 5 replays of that fallaway slam, I'm going to be real grumpy. That was the most impactful fallaway slam I've ever seen.
Devontes defeated Ryo to qualify for the division. He said it's nothing personal, but he's still going to hurt you. And man, we saw just kind of the disrespect that both men showed to each other. German suplex!
Yo, did you see that up and over? Devontes is a big dude.
Oh, wait a second. Quay may be done.
Yo, that up and over was beautiful.
Quay bounced.
German was okay too.
Oh, yeah, he bounced halfway into orbit off that impact. That was crazy. I've never seen someone hit the mat and go as high up as that before.
Holy cow, Devontes in complete control, but right now he's putting his attention on the referee, which is not where it belongs. Stay on him, Devontes.
Neither of these two have received a warning. Neither have received a violation. At the end of the season, whoever the #1 ranked wrestler in the hybrid division is will take on whoever our premier fighter is at the time. These two are really trying to get into contention for that final spot.
I can't wait. So Devontes, like I said, he's trained under me. He's trained with all my best buddies. After every one of his matches, he'll come find me and he'll say, hey, what'd you think? Right? What can I improve on? And right there, he cost himself the match because his plan was to go for the TKO, but in between the German and the TKO, he decided to spout his mouth off to the referee, went for the TKO, reversal, Quay grabbed the advantage. Well, he's paying for it.
He still has plenty of opportunity as right now Quay engaging in a striking competition against Devontes. I can see that going either way. Sling blade, and Devontes is down.
Kicks out of the sling blade. Mustard on his french fries.
Devontes is just everything you are looking for in a professional wrestler. Just stacked, powerful, athletic, charismatic. But the American Hammer looking to drop that hammer, that springboard elbow.
He's going for it, but again, a maneuver like this takes too much time to set up. Devontes underneath it.
And Devontes' spear! This one's done!
Everybody turned inside out. Everybody. That's it. Two-head.
Utterly incredible resilience on display by the man powered by heart. Usually an oversized heart is a health condition, but in the body of Quay, it is an asset.
Get away from the referee. Don't worry about it. Focus on your opponent. Once again, you got him down. Look at him. He's writhing in pain.
This is an opportunity that Devontes could be taking advantage of. And Quay trying to rise, trying to feed off the energy here at the Fight Dojo.
So I'm not going to sit here and claim that I can scout talent the way Prince Nana can. But I can tell you right now, I don't understand why Prince Nana is not all over Devantes. Because all the kid needs is a little bit of guidance. He'd have won this match 5 times already if he just stays focused.
TKO reversed, and now the hammer is dropped! Just like Thor, an American god, Matt Quay has taken a signature win!
Your winner of the bout by pinfall, earning 3 points, the American Hammer, Matt Quay!
Forget Mjolnir, forget Stormbreaker. We've got an American Hammer to enter the canon of great hammers. Matt Quay just beat your boy Devontes clean as a sheet that has at least been washed once and put through the dryer.
I can tell you right now, and you can write my name down, put a dash in front of it, whatever you want to do. I'm going to put my stamp. Matt Quay is going to be a superstar in the world of professional wrestling.
I think Matt Quay is one to watch. He is one of my top prospects. It's him and Eli Isom that I think are the dark horses to potentially go all the way this season. Right now, Logan Easton Laroux and Rhett Titus in those top 2 spots, but Matt Quay really starting to bridge that gap.
I swear, stuff like this don't happen to me. You give me anybody on this Fight Pro roster, anybody, I will prove to the world why I'm the horse of horses. I don't take losses, and I'm here to redeem myself. You give me anybody on that Fight Pro locker room, I will take them out like that. I promise you that.
Our tale of the tape is sponsored by Lucia's Angels. Support the coalition against breast cancer. Go to luciasangels.org for more info.
Here in the Grapplers division, a brand new woman has entered the fight. There are no pinfalls. It's submission or knockout only, and I don't think knockouts are going to be a problem for the cannibal, Savannah Evans.
Right, Savannah Evans is just, first off, she's very, just frightful to see as soon as she walks out. Like, I see her, it gives me the chills a little bit. You can tell she's a bad, bad lady. But if you dig, I'll give it a minute. Go ahead, Carolina Jim.
North Carolina, weighing at 190 pounds. She is a third round, number 6 seed in the Grapplers division, making her Fight Pro in-ring debut, the Cannibal, Savannah Evans.
I asked Savannah Evans why she's called the cannibal. She looked me dead in the eyes and said it's because I eat them alive.
Woo! See now, right? She's already naturally built with this size, strength, this viciousness. But I think the smartest thing she's done is she's gone and gotten trained by George South. Years and years and years and years and years of Southern wrestling wisdom. And now it's all inside of a massive, powerful human being.
She is going up against our number 2 ranked wrestler in the Grapplers division and a woman that represents my hometown. Gotta say, I can't be impartial when it comes to the Afro-punk Trish Adora, Washington, D.C.'s current best export to the world of professional wrestling.
Trish Adora is an absolutely amazing professional wrestler.
Fighting out of Washington, D.C., weighing 175 pounds. She is a third round, number 1 seed selection in the Grapplers division, and she is currently ranked number 2 with a record of 1 win, 0 losses, a score of 4 points. She is the Afro-punk Trish Adora.
Trish Adora, the number 2 ranked, but tied with Janai Kai for 4 points. Literally the only reason that Trish Adora is ranked under Janai is because Janai was drafted first.
Using the ropes defensively to break the submission or to assist yourself in a knockout blow for violations. Using the top rope offensively in any manner is a violation, and there are no pinfalls.
All right, before we get started with the bout, Savannah, any final words for your opponent?
Trish, we've done this before and you know what time it is. It's time to feast.
Trish?
Lariat Tubman says, get free.
Let's see something. Let's see something.
A battle of two badasses if I've ever seen one is Savannah Evans looking to make a mark at the expense of Trish Adora here in this Grapplers division match.
Safe to say this one will be hard hitting.
There are no pinfalls. You can only win by submission, knockout, TKO, or ref stoppage. And we've seen Trish Adora win by TKO before with that Lariat Tubman. Can put down almost anyone, but Savannah Evans is a lot bigger, a lot tougher, at least just in terms of physical mass, than Persia Pierce. I think it's going to be a very different story to go for the Lariat on Savannah instead of Persia.
I'm struggling to pick who I think is going to win this matchup, right? Both these ladies been around the ring for a long time. They've both proven themselves. One thing I can guarantee you in this match, it's not going to be a submission. This is going to be a knockout.
We're going to see. We're going to find out. Trish Adora, tough as they come, a veteran, not just of the wrestling ring, but of our armed forces, so forged in many different kinds of combat, whereas Savannah Evans has said that she wakes up every day and chooses violence.
Maybe it's not even a choice, it's just born in her, it's innate. Right now she's in this wrist lock. I like her reversal for the wrist lock was body slam, but Trish Adora held on to the wrist lock.
Great control by Trish Adora.
She even had a violent reversal for a wrist lock. She's like, look, I'm not going to do no hammer lock or twist around, fancy tactical, nothing. I'm just oh, there you go, her reversal that time, punch in the face. Trish with some elbows.
Savannah Evans loves violence. An Amazon, but not from Paradise Island, but Domination Island.
Domination Island right there. She refuses to be arm dragged, throws a clothesline, two ducks, shoulder tackle, but Trish still on her feet.
Yeah, but I think Trish is learning a lesson that is a very sturdy competitor who's not going to be knocked off ground. I mean, Trish is not a small woman and does, I'd say half the time, exceed in size and strength her opponents, and half the time is on the smaller side, so she's got to be really versatile in how she approaches a match.
Yeah, absolutely, and Trish, I've seen Trish already wrestle 60 minutes plus in a match, right? So I'm not worried about Trish in the ring with anybody. She can definitely hold her own. I keep going back in my brain, though, to the amazing choice, the intelligent choice from Savannah Evans to go get trained by George South, right? You look at her and you think she'd go to a school that was all about powerlifting and size and choke slams and power bombs and all of these things, but she went to a school where she knew she was going to learn from one of the guys who's been around as long as anybody in the world of professional wrestling, right?
Incredible.
One of the smartest guys in the ring, probably knows every cheap, dirty, underhanded tactic Southern wrestling has to teach you, right? And so now she's not only powerful and huge and gigantic, that's a nasty DDT.
I think that was a warning, Avery. I think that Savannah Evans received a warning by smashing Trish Adora's face into the turnbuckle.
Savannah Evans has received a warning.
But Savannah was able to go to a school that probably made her feel a little uncomfortable at first, right?
And you can
she
see
feels very comfortable in a powerful kind of environment.
You see Savannah Evans still getting used to the rule set here in FIGHT, having to ask our official what exactly was that warning for. We've seen the Mecca really suffer for that in the past. We don't want to see Savannah Evans maybe end up getting disqualified or forfeit the match due to violations.
She's going to have to go watch her Logan and Laroux tapes if she wants to know how to survive here at Fight Pro, right? We mentioned it before. Nobody uses the rules here as well as Logan does, right? And Savannah would be a force to be reckoned with if she can adapt to her current environment.
Very specific rules in the Grapplers Division match. Unlike our other matches, they cannot end in pinfall. It is submission or knockout only. Rope breaks count as a violation, as do offensive maneuvers from the top rope. A very specific rule set to encourage grappling, striking, and gritty fighting in the Grapplers Division.
Beal toss. Trish Adora now in the corner. Savannah Evans just digging those heels and looks like she might come charging with another one of those big splashes.
Trish is being
spear in the
dominated
corner
right now.
Which is not something you see every day.
No, you certainly don't. Not someone with the skill set that Trish Adora has.
Butterfly suplex.
Savannah Evans looking to put Trish away, put herself on the board, but there are no pinfalls. And Savannah Evans, once again, is being tripped up in terms of the rule set.
Well, she seems to be adapting just fine. She's like, okay, you want me to brawl in the center of the ring? I will do just that.
Took a moment to kind of process the anger and then channeled it right into Trish Adora's head.
But Trish a fighter nonetheless, like you said, military background. There's no quitting this young lady.
Not at
the
all.
first time and not the last time she's been punched in the head. And she's feeding off it. She's firing back. Oh, there's a big old club and blow to her back, sending her right back down to the mat.
Very few people can capture the hearts, souls, and sympathy of an audience like Trish Adora. There's just a connection that she has. But, you know, all the connection with the fans can only do so much when you're going up against someone like Savannah Evans, who's really going to connect your spine to the mat over and over and over again.
Trish is just one of those human beings where the second you meet her, or even as she comes out of the curtain,
15 minutes remain.
You can just gain that sense that she's a sweetheart, right? And nobody wants to see a sweetheart get beat up. But something else about Trish is she's a downright badass too. So don't let her nice, bubbly personality and her beautiful smile and all those things distract you from the fact that she will knock you out in a heartbeat.
Trish Adora is as tough as adamantium.
I don't know what that is.
That's the metal in Wolverine's skeleton. It is basically the strongest metal in the fake world.
He's the worst superhero ever.
I will not talk to you for the rest of the night.
He's the worst. Like,
you are wrong.
Like, I don't want to watch a guy I know can't get beat.
You're
like,
not.
oh, you can't kill him. You can't, like, you just win. You know who's going to win.
Well, some would say that watching a Savannah Evans match could be similar because it's so difficult to even conceive of the prospect that Savannah Evans could lose, but against Trish Adora, it is a real possibility. But right now, Evans has been imposing and dominating her will all over the Afro Punk.
And that's even impressive, too, because like we said, she definitely wasn't familiar with all of the rules. She's trying to pin Trish Adora, which doesn't flow in this match, right? And even despite not quite fully comprehending all of the rules just yet, she's been in complete control of this match.
Yeah, that's how good she is. And now we're starting to see Trish Adora maybe realizing, you know, she won that last match by TKO, and it's just a very different circumstance to go up against someone the size of Savannah Evans. Trish may have to change the game plan here if she's going to survive.
Savannah Evans right there, huge advantage she just gained. She just booted the arm, right? That lariat Tubman arm of Trish Adora, and hopefully he's taking that out of the way, because if she gets hit with that, she's going to get knocked out. Trish Adora got a submission on, though. I might be eating my words with no submission in this match.
Well, Trish Adora trying to kind of grab on for dear life and hold on to Savannah Evans, just take her down to the mat. I do think when it comes to technical wrestling, Trish Adora has the advantage. A more versatile competitor as opposed to the very specific strike and throw offense of Savannah Evans.
Oh, I would definitely agree with you there, right? But I just know, again, here, that lariat Tubman knocks just about anybody out.
Kawada chops in the corner, and that is just rapid fire. Imagine your heart just being slapped over and over and over again. Not only it fundamentally screws with your biorhythm.
I mean, it's miserable. I've been on this receiving
Holy Lord!
Little bridge in German. Savannah Evans is not a little person, and Trish Adora just dropped it right on top of her head.
It shows that one move, one incredible moment of offense can completely turn a match around. I am watching Prince Nana nod his head in approval. I think he likes what he just saw.
Another pump kick. Stay on her, Trish. Trish goes, rings that arm a little bit. Oh, drops her down face first, shoulder first.
It looks like Trish is really now starting to focus on the arm. Maybe has sussed out a weak spot, a part of the game. That's the thing. You can't strike, you can't grab without putting your arm extended and in danger. If Trish can keep getting that arm, I mean, Savannah's got no choice but to keep trying to use it.
Again there. I love the counter wrestling from Savannah Evans. Well, like you said, she always chooses violence. The only counters I've seen her use are, I will punch you until you let go, and I will pick you up and slam you, so you have to let go.
Well, Savannah Evans was trying to go for that full Nelson slam, which is how she usually puts people away. And now, the head in a vice as Trish Adora may be about to put Savannah Evans to sleep.
I'm about to eat my words, my friends. I did not think we'd see a submission in this hard-hitting contest. And right now, not only do we have a submission, but, oh, there it is, and it's over. I apologize, Trish Adora. You are the best. You are amazing. Words eaten. I can admit when I'm wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match by submission, earning 3 points, Trish Adora.
And now a commanding lead as Trish Adora Trish Adora is going to have 7 points, and that's putting her as the #1 ranked member of the Grapplers division. Congratulations to the Afropunk DMV all the way, baby.
Motor vehicles?
The DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
I am not a fan of the DMV in terms of like where I get my car license.
Yeah. I was going to say, that was a weird thing to cheer for.
Representing the Grapple region, Trish Adora. And now, makes sense, you're from the Grapple region, head of the Grapplers division. This was fate.
No more ties, the top of the Grapplers division. Nana impressed, the handshake.
Fellingham's Restaurant Sports Bar has been open for over 40 years and serves classic American dishes, draft brews, and cocktails in a rustic casual setting.
Fellingham's Sports Bar and Restaurant, where good sports meet. The Men's Grooming Studio. Walk in as a stranger looking for a cut, and walk out as family with a great hairstyle. Our tale of the tape is sponsored by FIGHTT. Give something to those who gave. For more info, go to FIGHTT.org.
Right now that I am so excited for. This is not any kind of division competition. No points on the line. This is about much more personal matters. This is about respect. And this is our very first special attraction match in Fight Pro history. Rhett Titus walking out with that mask. That mask signifies this is a very important match for the professional. He only wears this mask when he feels it is a top-tier match for himself.
Right, and you think about it, this match, right, it's off the books. There's no points involved. There's no other reason for Rhett Titus to be wearing that mask, other than deep down in his soul, in this heart, this match is really special to him.
It's a teacher versus student in some ways, but it's also so much more as the professional making his way to the ring to face someone he really wants to prove himself to.
It's teacher-student, it's boss-employee, it's brother versus brother, right? In professional wrestling, we are a family. We need each other, we rely on each other, we depend on each other. And when you get in the ring with those brothers, right, those people that you care about the most, 100%, you try to hit them 100 times harder than you normally would hit anybody else.
The man making his way from the edge of sanity was previously our premier fighter. Delirious defeated Tony Deppen at our initial event to become the first premier fighter, and then at our second event lost to Victor Benjamin, who currently retains that title. It was at the second event that Rhett Titus came out. He was on commentary with me. He came and he said to Delirious, I thought it would be you. I thought you'd go all the way. I thought I'd go all the way, that we'd meet in the finals. And since that can't happen, if you would come back, I want a match to prove to you and to show you the man I am now.
And look at Rhett, not taking his eyes off Delirious. Delirious is one of those unique wrestlers you really can't, like, not that Rhett doesn't know him as well as anybody else because they trained together for 10 plus years, right? You can't tape watch Delirious. He's such a wild card in the ring. You never know what he's going to do, right? He's a master of strikes. He's a master of technical wrestling. He's a master of mind games more than anything else. So the minute you think you know what Delirious is going to do next, I can promise you, you don't. And Rhett Titus knows that better than anybody in the world.
Let's take it to Carolina Gym for our introductions and then a very, very special face-off.
Rhett Titus, as always, an absolutely ridiculous, like to say tip-top shape is not enough. Tippy, toppy. I don't know what you're going to call it. That's the shape Rhett Titus is in.
Spotlight bout. Now this match will not count towards any rankings or points. Introducing first, in the corner to my left, fighting out of Long Beach Island, New Jersey, and weighing tonight at 195 pounds. He is a first round #1 seed selection in the hybrid division, and he is currently ranked #1 with a record of 4 wins, 0 losses, and a score of 16 points. He is the professional Rhett Titus. In the corner to my right, his opponent, fighting out of the edge of sanity and weighing at 191 pounds. He is the former inaugural Premier Fighter. He is Delirious. Gentlemen, before the match, any final words for your opponent? Rhett?
Like you said, this match is not about the points. This match means a whole lot more to me. It's to prove to all these people that I am the man. This match between me and you is about honor and respect.
Delirious, any response?
A man of very few words is Delirious.
Not usually.
Well, very few words I can understand.
Yes. Valid point. Again, like, I hate to say this, but Rhett kind of looks nervous to me. He's over there, he's bouncing back and forth, his fingers are going. He just looks a little jumpy, and Delirious looks as calm as you could possibly be, which is weird to say about Delirious.
Well, Delirious is, and now extending the hand. These two met in a very specific circumstance, and the code of honor is adhered to. A lot of history between these two men, and we're off to the races right now. Delirious has always seen Rhett in a very specific way. He knew him as a child. He saw him when he wasn't fully developed. I don't know that Delirious has ever actually fully understood that now Rhett's not a boy anymore. He's not a goof-off. He's not someone. He's a man. He's a grown-ass man, and that is what Rhett is trying to prove to Delirious today.
You said Delirious knew Rhett since he's been a child. Rhett's been wrestling a long time, but I want to change that word child to he knew Rhett since he was a jet ski, right? Early Rhett days was Rhett ski, the jet ski, right? He is no longer that. He is Rhett, the grown-ass man, and this match means the world to him, and right now he's going to do everything he can to defeat his mentor, his teacher, his boss,
his rival.
Idol, his rival.
I mean, that's the thing. I think Rhett has never been the chosen one. Rhett has always been considered reliable. Rhett has always been considered consistent. He's never been the guy. And tonight, this isn't just about getting respect. It's about proving that not only is he a grown-ass man, but he is the man here in FIGHT with 16 points, an astonishing lead over every other member of this roster.
But is this about FIGHT, right? Because this match really has absolutely no implications when it comes to the rankings here at FIGHT. This match is all about Rhett being able to look Delirious in the eyeballs and say, I'm as good as you've ever been in the history of your career, if not better.
And that is a really tough thing to say. Not anything to do with Rhett, just how successful Delirious has been. One of the founding fathers of your generation of independent wrestlers.
Right now, this match just going hold for 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 hold. Two men who know each other so well, and it shows.
Rhett considers himself the professional. It's not just because he arrives on time. It's not just because he has good gear. It's not because he has got a body like a sculpture. It's because he is willing to put people down when he needs to. He's a pro, if you know what I mean.
Well, you think about the world of professional wrestling, right? Think of different finishes like a Canadian Destroyer or other kind of creative, wild, death-defying things that I can't even name or describe right now. Rhett knocks people out with the most basic of maneuvers. He is so good at pro wrestling that he took a basic maneuver like a drop kick and he made it as deadly as any super kick ever thrown.
And boy, is it.
Ooh.
In 4 matches in Fight, Rhett Titus has either knocked out or committed a technical knockout with that drop kick in every single match.
Delirious one step ahead of Rhett right there. We had a little bit of a back and forth, but finally the arm drag with the knee firmly in Rhett's jaw grabs control of this match and slows it down just a tad.
In so many ways, this match is what I consider to be the epitome of Fight. 2 pros at the top of their game, representing different generations, not only professional pride, but personal issues on the line. This is the heart and soul of our industry, Avery.
Rhett gets all the credit in the world, right, for his time spent in the gym and cardio and diet and all the things he need to do to be a pro wrestler. But take a look at the shape Delirious is in after 20-plus years of wrestling, right? Almost as good as Rhett. And Delirious' shape is not made in the gym. Delirious' shape is made in a wrestling ring. I've trained with that guy where after 3 or 4 hour training sessions, Delirious just picks one person, gets in the ring, and then just wrestles for another hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, nonstop.
Delirious is also a lot bigger than I think people think that he is. And Rhett Titus looking to put the pressure down with those Greco-Roman knuckle locks. We'll see if I even have time to continue at that point, because Rhett might be about to put Delirious away.
Brett definitely with the strength advantage here, forces the shoulders back down to the mat.
Forcing Delirious to exert a ton of energy. And that's the thing, Delirious spends so much time low to the ground. He keeps his center of gravity low. You don't realize he's very tall. He is way bigger than you anticipate. I think he uses that to his advantage. It's not what you're anticipating when you get in the ring.
And it's probably like there's so many different things to think about when you're about to wrestle Delirious. I've wrestled Delirious in a singles match twice, and I can't tell you a time I've been more nervous just because you don't know what to expect. So you're not thinking about how big he is or how great shape he is. You're thinking, what's he going to do? He's a legit wild man. He's a wild card, right, to the absolute definition of the word. Like, there's just so much to worry about getting in the ring with him. And now throw on 20 years of wrestling experience.
Fantastic fireman's carry applied by Rhett, and Delirious beginning to take control of this match. In so many ways, it's so difficult when you grow up around people and you don't get a chance to move or leave. Rhett had so much time in the Ring of Honor dojo, but maybe to his detriment, he never left that system. In a lot of ways, he never got a chance to blossom outside the watchful eye. It's really hard for you to grow and become the man you're supposed to be when everyone keeps putting the expectations of your old self on you. Is Fight where Rhett can go to blossom and finally become someone? Maybe there wasn't enough light. Maybe he was always stuck in the shade behind these other different names that have gone on to other things.
You bring up a great point, right, of the amount of time Rhett has spent just at the Ring of Honor dojo. It's that every single thing that Rhett has learned, he's learned from Delirious.
5 minutes elapsed.
Right, so Delirious knows every trick.
5 minutes remain.
Delirious knows every strength of Rhett Titus. Every trick Rhett Titus knows, Delirious probably taught it to him.
I think Rhett Titus has been going on his own journey. He's been having his own odyssey of late, you know? In so many ways, the story of Fight has been the story of those left behind. The stories of those who had a home and were left homeless and are forced to create a new home for themselves. And right now,
No wonder why you guys called me. I love you guys.
Delirious looking to put Rhett out of house and home. Delirious also has a lot to prove. He came in, he was the very first premier fighter, and in his first defense lost that title. That has to weigh on you, to have something and let it slip through your fingers that quickly.
Yeah, Rhett getting at us, but Delirious got to watch he doesn't pin himself here. Shoulders extremely close to the mat. Rhett using that strength. maybe going to turn this into a stretch muffler. No, Delirious pulls him right back down. Not only did he pull him back down, but he's relocated him in the exact center of the ring. Rhett's in worse shape now than he was 30 seconds ago. Oh, we got a little pin, though.
Attempted a crucifix, and Rhett Titus has managed to turn everything around, playing a fantastic game of defense, but defense nonetheless, and you can't win on defense.
This match at the beginning, for the first 5 or so minutes, straight back and forth, 50-50, but at this point, Delirious has taken control of this matchup.
Now, you said something, and I hate to contradict you, but I do have a different perspective on it. Yes, this match is not for points. You said maybe it doesn't have any implications on fight, but I don't think that's true. Rhett Titus is the #1 guy. If he loses to Delirious, what does that do to his momentum? Does it make him vulnerable? Do we have a lot of vultures in this locker room? Are they looking to swirl? Holy Lord, look at the strength!
Not enough. Delirious has done so much damage to that arm that it wasn't enough for Rhett to get up there on the top rope.
And to see Rhett Titus not have enough strength for something, he is in bad shape.
Oh, I've seen Rhett Titus do that in his sleep, right, with ease. Rhett Titus is the master of doing a pull-up, I'm sure.
And this could be over. That choke applied, not let go, used for a backbreaker. Delirious may be about to put Rhett out. What does it do to his soul? What does it do to his psyche if Rhett Titus, who called for this match, loses against the man whose respect he's trying to earn?
And at this point, if he loses right now, get out of again, Delirious almost pinned himself. But if he loses right now, it's kind of a little bit of a butt kicking. Like Delirious has been in the offense most of his match.
Rhett Titus now desperately trying to get these flash pins as Delirious loading him up for something.
Desperate man with desperate measures. Oh, shoves him off, gives him a big slug to the back.
We've seen him take people around the world. This does so much damage to that lower back, and if you can't use your lower back, everything is connected there. Avery, have you ever had to put down a mentor of yours in the ring?
I don't know. Let me think. That's a good question.
You may not have time. Rhett Titus may have ended this.
Woo! Because I know I've never had a singles match with my trainer, and I can't believe how nervous I'd be going into it. But that's one match that's escaped me my entire career, and I'm never going to get it.
Rhett Titus across the ring, calling for a shot. The professional looking to take out Delirious and almost decapitates the man.
Rhett's cardio really paying off right now because he took quite the butt kicking. We know his arm's hurting, but his legs are just fine. He's running around. He's giving out some boots. Big old deep pin.
Both these men putting everything they have into this, and now Delirious forced to play defense. Is Rhett Titus going for a lion tamer or a full-on Boston crab?
Well, look at that sit back, right? Delirious has got to be writhing in pain right now. Backs do not arch that way. I don't care how much yoga you do. But Delirious, smart as ever, gets his hand to the rope.
That was deep, but Rhett Titus doesn't do anything halfway. There are no half measures. That is one thing for sure. When Rhett Titus hits you, it's with focus, accuracy, and precision.
All right, we got Delirious on the outside of the ropes now. Rhett up in the ring. Big clothesline. Nope. Shoulder block to the belly.
Do you think Delirious really knew what he was getting into? Yes, he's been in fight. Oh, wow!
Oh, they got little Northern Lights. Oh, that was almost 3. That was awesome.
That was incredible. I was just saying, do you think that maybe Delirious, even though he knows Rhett, he's watched the matches, he's been in fight, do you think he still maybe takes Rhett Titus a little lightly?
Well, that's what you said. Like Rhett's kind of always been like the second choice, right? Or stuck in the shadows. So why would Delirious really take him as an obvious threat if that story is the case?
And Rhett Titus now looking over, trying to put down maybe the doubts in his head. The person who said, yeah, man, you're good, but maybe you're not good enough. No, there's no spot for you tonight, Rhett.
Delirious definitely just baited Rhett in there. He played dead a little bit. Rhett kind of came in for the kill, and Delirious got that arm. He's got those hips popped. Once those hips pop, your arm is in serious danger, and Rhett's arm's already been beat up enough, but Rhett goes for a pin. One of only a few counters to that maneuver. But that's a move you got to get out of quick. You cannot stay in that move more than about 10-15 seconds before your shoulder is dislodged.
1/3 of the possible time in this match has elapsed. Discus lariat, and Delirious is taking it. No! You were saying Delirious is so good at mind games. What makes him so dangerous is not only does he have that incredible cerebral ability, but also a fantastic wrestler in the ring. His technique is second to none.
The amount of hours that guy has spent inside of a wrestling ring could probably add up to years in lives, right? If you add it all up from training to matches to just extra training he does, like I said, at the end of training, he gets back in and trains. That's how long, or how much training Delirious does or how much time he spends in a ring. right? And I don't care who you are, you learn a thing or two by spending time in the ring.
In so many ways, for so many years of his career, Rhett was a guest in Delirious' house, but now we are in Rhett's house, and Rhett's still trying to prove something, trying to grab and skin the cat, but shaking feeling into his arms.
At this point, it's a pride thing. Like, it's definitely not a smart choice. He's just ripping his arm apart on his own right, but it's a pride thing. He's saying, I'm Rhett Titus, and I know I can freaking do this.
This whole match is that. This whole match is a matter of pride. I'm Rhett Titus. I can do this.
Get it, Rhett. Get it, Rhett. He got it.
Top rope. Rhett, whatever you were going for, make it count and do it now.
Oh, but Delirious underneath quick. Rhett charges in, drop toe hold. Oh, you better get out of there. These knees are coming.
Panic attack!
Oh!
Panic attack!
Rhett Titus not moving. He finally got what he wanted. He got the little skinned cat to get to the top ropes, but Delirious 2 steps ahead of him.
If that's maybe a metaphor for this whole match, sometimes you get so caught up in something. Rhett could have been competing for points and instead competing for pride. Has he gotten caught in something that he didn't need to? Jesus.
I've been on the receiving end of that, and I can tell you it is absolutely no fun. That's the second one for Rhett Titus, and Delirious should probably just pull him out and pin him at this point in the process.
There are a few things worse than a real-life panic attack than Delirious hitting you in the head with his panic attack knee. I mean, honestly, 6 to 1, half a dozen.
He's going for a third one. Rhett trying to get up. No! Third one connects, and now Delirious is going for a pin.
This could be a knockout at this point. Rhett Titus has been known for knocking people out all over the course of this season. This is academic. Delirious is, whoa!
Rhett said, I didn't wear that mask for nothing. This is everything I want at this point in life. I need a W over Delirious, and I'm not giving, oh, it's Moses. Quick, hide me.
Moses has entered the building. Moses earlier tonight called out the number 1 seed, the number 1 ranked Rhett Titus, and now maybe looking to watch Rhett get picked off. Moses, like a lion seeing a wounded gazelle, wants to smell the blood firsthand.
And as if Rhett didn't have enough to worry about being in the ring with one of the best wrestlers in our day and age in Delirious, but now he's got Moses just peering in with those evil, gigantic, evil eyes.
He's about to get killed by Delirious, and I mean, literally in the entranceway is the ghost of future past, you know, basically right there. Moses has definitely got Rhett in his sights, but Delirious may be about to put Rhett Titus to sleep.
Rhett again trying to work his way back to his feet.
Come on, Rhett.
Oh, let's see if those squats all pay off for Rhett. He's got one leg up. Let's go, Rhett. Let's go, Rhett.
You were saying Rhett Titus has an amazing physique, and he does, but he doesn't just train for looks. He trains for performance. That body is meant for combat.
Those are go muscles, my friend, not show muscles.
Not letting the hand go down even once. All fight here at Fight Pro for Rhett Titus. This is his home.
Hey, little backbreaker. Rhett finally gets a chance to breathe, but as soon as he does, all he can think about is how bad his arm hurts.
Wow, they heard that in Philadelphia.
Woo! This
is late in the game, players. These two are having a second win. Holy Lord.
Woo! Delirious's gum or tooth, one of those things goes flying. Back elbow, Delirious hits the ropes, ducks a clothesline.
Cardio.
Delirious changing directions.
We've seen this.
Where's he going?
Where he stops, nobody knows, and he missed the drop kick. Rhett missed the drop kick.
Oh, Rhett missed the drop kick. Delirious goes in, DDT.
Drove Rhett's head into the ground, back cover, near left, hooked, and Delirious just couldn't get enough pressure on the far shoulder.
First, the 3 panic attacks. Gotta have Rhett on Dream Street. Then that DDT was planted his dome straight in the center of the ring. And Rhett Titus is still alive, folks.
The cardio is insane as we got our crowd chanting, this is awesome. And it's true, this is only the second time we've received that accolade here at Fight. It is saved for truly impressive competition. And now, maybe looking for shadows over hell? Drop kick!
Ooh! That one took a quick turn.
Usually the dropkick kicks right in the head, but that was to the chest of Delirious, knocking all of the wind out of his body. And Rhett
knows Delirious is not knocked out. He knows the match is not over right then and there, as it usually is.
Making
Picks
the
Delirious
decision.
up to his feet.
I'm sorry. You're dead.
Oh!
Delirious just crumpled. Rhett did it!
Not only did Rhett do it, but he folds Delirious in half, and he was staring Moses in the eyes while pinning Delirious.
He does not have an opportunity to rest on his laurels. He just conquered one of the biggest demons in his past. There's a ghost of the future looking right at him. Moses is the future of Rhett Titus. A lot being said with no words right now. I think Rhett just accepted Moses' challenge on the night of, I don't want to say it's the biggest victory of his career, but one of the most meaningful victories of Rhett Titus' entire career. Moses has gone to the back. Delirious is starting to wake up. He did it, man. Avery, he did it.
I think we're about to have one of those little sweetheart moments right now. I love these moments in pro wrestling.
You saw he chose not to take a knockout. He pinned Delirious. That was a sign of respect. Delirious was our first premier fighter. Delirious really, in so many ways, laid the groundwork of this whole promotion with his vision of pro wrestling, and we're so honored.
Rhett bows the knee.
Code of honor. That's really beautiful.
Shows all the respect in the world to a man he loves and admires and looks up to. Hopefully that admiration goes two ways.
Such incredible respect. A match built, no pun intended, on honor as Rhett Titus, despite being the winner, leaving Delirious to have a moment, leaving Delirious to take some recognition. Thank you, Delirious. I do not know if we will see Delirious in a fight ring again, but boy, if he's going to go out, what a way to do it.
That was a banger, folks. All the emotions, all the heart, all the tears. That's pro wrestling in a nutshell right there, and that's why we love this crazy, crazy sport.
Let's give our respect to Delirious as we move on to our main event. Wait a second, Delirious! Logan just came in through the front door!
Ooh, we thought we were having a beautiful moment.
Oh, no! What is, we need security. What is Logan doing? What is this asshole doing?
Ooh, you said a bad word. Holy cow, he's doing what he does best, and he takes these beautiful moments and he ruins them. Can you imagine some Christmases at his house, what they were like? What a miserable, miserable human being.
We need help. We need help out here, and Logan is just absolutely decimating Delirious.
And Rhett probably has no idea this is going on. Rhett's in the back waiting for his hug.
No, back up, it's gonna be worse. Come on! Everyone here gets a shot. Alright, that's it.
He's going for the mask.
It's time to put a
That would be slightly disrespectful.
of the old guard and show the face of failure for what it really is.
No, this is so disrespectful. Don't take the mask. Don't take the mask. Come on. Somebody stop him.
There we go, Rhett. There we go, Rhett. Now we got Nana out here. Delirious retying the mask. Rhett retying it for him. Rhett makes the big save. Logan looks like he's about to head out the same door he came in.
Where did Logan even come from?
He came in that door. I watched him do it. He's a sneaky little snake.
All right, Rhett, you stopped me, you got me, but I think the message was sent, see, because I think now you're going to take things a little more seriously. You're not going to get your hands on me, but I think I've shown FIGHTT just who Logan Easton Laroux really is.
This is a very chaotic scene.
What was a beautiful moment in the history of professional wrestling turned sour by Logan Easton Laroux.
So being fearless means putting yourself out there and going for it. No matter what, go for it. Not for anybody else, but for yourself.
Inside my DNA.
Skid Row Wrestling Academy. The work begins here. Email supercrazypro@gmail.com and start your journey today.
Hey. Whoa. Cool.
Opened in September of 2016 by Chris Mazzone and Chris Burke, 8 and Sand is named for an old railway term that means to quick and safe travels. This is a 10-barrel brew house that pumps out great beer on the regular. Pilsners, to Belgians, to barrel-aging beers, you name it, and they brew it. A nice feature of 8 and Sand is that they also focus on being environmentally friendly since breweries have a tendency to use a lot of resources. They send their spent grains to farmers to feed livestock, and they clean and reuse their water, among other things. So, to quick and safe travels, as they say here at 8 and Sand Brewing Company, happy drinking, my friends, and cheers.
Our tale of the tape is sponsored by O'Shea Marsnick and Brewing. For legal representation, go to o'sheamarsnickandbrewing.com.
It's a crazy scene here as we have our main event. I'm Jason Heat. Thank you so much to Avery Good for joining me. I'm now joined not only by our special guest analyst, Pelly Primo, but also owner and promoter of
That's
Fight
right,
Pro.
the owner of Fight Pro. I'm finally here behind the commentator's booth. How are you doing today, my friends?
Well, Nana, I have to ask you a question. I want to get started on this main event. We got Erick Stevens versus Savage Gentleman, but what just happened? Why is Logan Easton Laroux allowed to just run completely amok in this company?
Took the words out of my mouth.
Hey, listen, Pelly, I'm trying my best to not bring personal business here into Fight Pro, but, you know, Logan has been trying to cut a deal with me over the last few weeks. You know, I'm not going to say right here whether that deal was closed or not, but all I got to say is congratulations to Rhett Titus on winning that match against Delirious. What a great match that was.
What an incredible match. And now we've got our main event for the Premier Fighter title. The Premier Contender, Erick Stevens. And Erick Stevens is a man who specifically attracts the attention of Pelly Primo. Pelly, what is it about Erick Stevens that brought you to commentate this match?
Erick Stevens, protege of Roderick Strong. The man's beaten anyone that you could think of. Let's throw Brian Danielson out there in singles competition. The man has beaten everyone that is anyone, I would say. To a point where Nana recruited the man himself for the embassy once upon a time.
He was a former embassy member.
Now he's going up against the man who has so far beaten everyone in his path. Prince Nana, tell me, the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin, what makes him such an effective premier fighter for
Look
Fight
at him,
Pro?
he's a total package. This guy is fluid in Muay Thai. He's great in freestyle fighting. And right now he's about to claim his fame here at Fight Pro and become one of the #1 contenders on the whole damn company, my friend.
Erick Stevens immediately getting the face, having to be separated by senior official Mitch Franklin. Let's take it to Carolina Jim.
New Jersey, your following contest is a Premier Contenders bout with a 30-minute time limit, and it is your Fight Pro Enter the Fight Round 4 main event. Introducing first, in the corner to my right, fighting out of Sarasota, Florida, and weighing at 190 pounds, he is the premier contender for round 4, Erick Stevens. His opponent, in the corner to my left, fighting out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and weighing at 220 pounds, he is your Fight Pro Premier Fighter. He is the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin.
The Savage Gentleman Victor Benjamin has defeated not only Delirious, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu National Champion Tim Spriggs to be the current premier fighter. But he's going up against what might be his strongest test, Primo. What needs to happen to beat a veteran like Erick Stevens?
Imagine if he just got hit with that knee. My gosh.
It would have been over that fast. I did want to point out, you look at the young career of Erick Stevens. I met a young Erick Stevens when I was a young Pelly Primo down in Florida at Full
That's
Impact
right. I
Pro.
remember that. I remember it.
The man quickly came to Ring of Honor and took Ring of Honor by storm. It is almost like a parallel here in careers where Victor Benjamin is now that guy taking the independent scene by storm.
You know, it's not to cut you off, but it was very important for me to, recruit the Savage Gentleman because he's been on fire over the last 3 to 4 years on the wrestling independent scene, and he brings so much to the table. The Muay Thai, all of the fighting expertise.
These are two men who train all the time but do have different natural tendencies. Suplex and submit is the motto of Erick Stevens, while Savage Gentleman known to be an elite striker. Both of them so much more than that.
He's digging into that leg right now. What do you think, Pele?
He's going for that knee bar right there, but Benjamin, some solid strikes. Stevens blocked. And he shoots the half for a pin. Ooh.
Neither man able to maintain control at this point, and Stevens living up to that suplex or submit. These two really went at it on Twitter. Basically, Stevens doesn't respect Savage Gentleman as a pro wrestler yet. Said he hasn't accomplished anything in this business. I disagree. He's currently our premier fighter.
Yes.
But he does respect Savage Gentleman as a fighter, just not as a pro wrestler. Says he has the opportunity to earn it. Stevens very much a father figure for a lot of the modern-day independent wrestling generation.
Absolutely. You see Stevens right here reinvented himself many times, and this iteration right now of Stevens, very experienced in grappling himself.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of parallels here. Got to go back to that again. You
pointed this out earlier. Erick Stevens has gone up and beat some of the top guys in the wrestling business. Bryan Danielson. Who else? We have so many names. Ooh, that hurt.
Right now he has to beat the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin. A lot easier said than done.
Lifted him dead weight there. And Stevens is hurt.
In so many ways, this is a battle of expertise versus pure performance. I don't think there is a better pure performance fighter on the scene right now than Victor Benjamin.
Ow, he's just hitting him in the midsection. Look at those legs on the Savage Gentleman.
Stevens almost looks like he's on Dream Street, too. He wasn't covering up. Those are just full, unadulterated shots right to the gut. Stevens wasn't sure where he was there. He was just eating them.
One of my notes is that Savage Gentleman is in the best shape of his life, but honestly, that could be said about both of these two guys.
Absolutely. I've seen both of them come up on the ranks as far as the looks in the body, and Erick Stevens, he's looking fantastic right now, but he's not looking so good in there right now against the Savage Gentleman as a wrestler.
Well, he's a trifecta of travesty as the Savage Gentleman. Muay Thai, boxing, and BJJ alongside pro wrestling. What is the background of Erick Stevens, Pelly?
Well, Erick Stevens came in here again, a protege of Roderick Strong. Really got to be known throughout his feud with Roderick Strong in Ring of Honor. Very violent feud. But again, the man's reinvented himself.
Oh, here he goes. There you go. He's beginning to get the stride back, guys.
And that's instinctive by Stevens. He just grabbed him and muscled him into the corner there, into the turnbuckle, slammed him down. Stevens trying to get momentum back any way he can.
It's so hard to do tape study on Savage Gentleman because he has a deep arsenal and he doesn't choose to show all of it in any one match. So there's a lot to be surprised by. People know about his strikes. People not maybe as aware about his grappling game.
Absolutely. And Erick right now is taking him very seriously. Obviously, he's pulling everything that he has out of his arsenal. But, Savage Gentleman, like I said, he's one of the top picks as far as the guys that we've vetted here at Fight Pro, and he's looking like he wants to take it all the way.
Nana, you are the promoter. Obviously, this is going to be a battle of whoever wins, but do you have a preference? Do you want one of these two to walk out as the premier fighter representing your brand?
Hey, listen, right now I have so much on my mind, especially with the whole Logan thing going on. Let me just enjoy the match, all right?
Yes, sir. Pelly, what do you think? Who do you see having the advantage at this stage of the contest?
I say right now, in this situation, we just saw not too long ago Steven scoring some boot scrapes there along Benjamin. So, to be completely honest with you, right now, this type of style in the match works towards Stevens' favor because, as I noted earlier, they both have a good grappling game, but Stevens again, came up some very violent matches early in his career.
And now Stevens looking to what's so incredible.
The momentum is picking up.
And Stevens just doesn't let go. Neither does Benjamin. These two have had control of each other. There's been almost constant contact.
Absolutely. Erick Stevens is not letting go of him. He's not letting this guy throw any wild strikes at him. He's tangling him up. Probably a smart strategy on Erick Stevens' part.
Absolutely.
It's insane to me that 5 minutes, only 5 minutes have elapsed. I mean, sometimes you think about a ground game being a little bit more slow and methodical. This has been anything but that. This has been ground game and so fast-paced. The cardio, it's mind-blowing, Pelly.
To Nana's point that he made just now about Stevens trying to stay as close to Benjamin as possible, I want to point out, I talked to Stevens before the show. He watched the Benjamin match against Delirious where he KO'd him.
Right.
Stevens knows he cannot leave space open because Victor Benjamin will close that space very quickly.
Very, very quickly. Look, you see how smart he is, keeping him down, keeping close to him, keeping him tied up.
Again, right from there. Yep.
Right there is the mark of a veteran in the pro wrestling business.
So impressed by the tenacity of Erick Stevens, just the total lack of frustration. It's not that he's not focused, it's that it's just not letting anything get away from committing to the offense.
That's right. We're getting to a point right now where it looks like Savage Gentleman, he might not know where he's at or what he's doing.
The referee has the discretion to end this match, and we have seen plenty of matches here at Fight end in ref stoppage. Honestly, that's how Delirious was beaten by Savage Gentleman, and then Gentleman actually pinned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu national champion Tim Spriggs.
Erick Stevens going for a surfboard here. Again, you saw Benjamin there.
I don't think he could get this big guy up. Come on, Erick, don't be stupid. I don't think he can get him up.
This is classic professional wrestling. This is what Erick says he has that Victor Benjamin doesn't. Yeah,
absolutely.
Victor Benjamin may have Muay Thai, he may have BJJ.
This is going to hurt. You see?
Knees first driven hard into the canvas.
In so many ways, though, Nana, what you've brought together in Fight is this blend, almost like mixed professional wrestling styles. This is the reason it's called the hybrid division. Every style represented.
Every style is represented, and there's a wrestler who brings something to the table for every style. We have brawlers. We have, instructed pro wrestlers who also have the background in Muay Thai, also in boxing, so on and so forth. So we try to go and bring in guys who can bring more than just pro wrestling to the table, as you can see right now.
Stevens jammed the ankle. Benjamin there pretty bad, but he kind of let him sit there. And here comes Benjamin. Look out. He's trying to create space.
Ow.
He couldn't. Stevens jumped right back on him. It looked like Benjamin was trying to kick him off to create some space. Stevens wasn't having it.
That wasn't going on whatsoever.
Benjamin definitely trying to play defense.
Look at that. Yep, absolutely.
Pelly,
He's
what do you
trying
have
to push him away.
When you know you're on the ropes, quite literally like Victor Benjamin is, what do you got to do mentally to stay in the fight, stay in the game?
Anything. You saw Benjamin there literally fighting from underneath, throwing punches from a seated position. You got to do anything that you can.
All I know is that right now it's looking like Savage is getting, not only beat the heck up, but he's getting a lot of wind right now. So I'm telling you, when he makes his little comeback, it's not going to be sweet.
If he gets a chance to make a comeback,
that's if he gets a chance.
Erick Stevens
Stevens looks like he has a great game plan right here, but
this is maybe the first time we've actually seen Stevens take a moment away. If it's strategy, I'm not sure I understand.
You see, that's what I was talking about.
He created space.
See? He created a little space, and that's where he messed up, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, this we've seen this end people before.
On the button. He's out on his feet.
Come on.
For now.
Come on, Erick. I know you're smarter than that.
This is where being an elite striker comes into play. This one is over right now.
Stevens kicks out. He kicks out.
That was almost a 3 count, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic Dragon Sleeper applied by the Savage Gentleman, lifting Erick Stevens up and but reversing into the sleeper.
He's got the legs. Great find.
He has him choking.
He's got that choke in. Mitch Franklin right there.
Okay,
for the
now
goal.
He's really taking the power out of the Savage Beast himself.
Neither of these two men have incurred a warning or a violation. These two pure athletes just taking it to each other, and we may be seeing the end of the reign of the Savage One.
It might be happening right now. Like again, we said, Erick Stevens, he knows what he's doing in there. He's staying close to him. He has that head tucked in.
You cannot You just cannot counter experience sometimes. The 20-year career of Erick Stevens.
Oh! Oh, he just rolled out of the headlock.
He's got back in the Dragon Sleeper. He's up.
What?
Oh, my God, look at the power.
Look out. Stevens goes down.
Right on the neck, the base of the skull.
Stevens kicks
not
out.
enough. Not enough for Erick today, ladies and gentlemen.
Stevens had that mental lapse earlier, but ever since he's been back on his game, but Benjamin still found a way to put the advantage back in his hands right there.
This may be the most evenly matched premier fight that we have seen.
10 minutes elapsed. 20 minutes remain.
We are about 1/3 of the way through the potential allotted time.
Right
What
there.
happens? Nana, what happens if there is a draw in this match?
Hey, listen, if there's a draw in this match, ladies and gentlemen, me and the other arrangers of Fight Pro, we're going to have to get together and come up with some sort of a concept, something that's going to be able to substitute the fact that they did the draw today.
Oh, you got a counsel there, Nana.
Absolutely.
Logan Easton Laroux isn't a part of it, is he?
Listen, I don't want to talk about the Logan thing right now, okay? It's
Great
a very
question.
disappointing and scary thing to think about.
Well, right now, if I'm the Savage Gentleman, I'm very, very scared.
Why
He
would
is
you bring that
desperately
up, Pally?
Pelly's doing his job. Nana, Pelly's doing his job. Savage Gentleman trying desperately to reach the ropes. Erick Stevens playing defense, just grabbing
the
limb
hand.
after limb.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, he didn't get the other hand, though.
There you go.
Stevens wishing he had an extra set of arms right now. Benjamin found a way, and like I said, you got to do anything, find a way to make it work, get
Both
it back
guys
to your
are
advantage.
exhausted right now. They've been putting their all into this right now. There's been a lot of collegiate-style wrestling so far. Now it seems like the time for one of these guys to get up and make something happen.
Yes.
The pace of this match has been absolutely astounding. This is maybe the first time both men have needed to take an opportunity to kind of catch their breath, and Savage Gentleman really has been stuck on his back a lot more than we're used to seeing.
Again. Oh, he connected with that last kick. He got all of it.
Shades of Inoki versus Ali there. When you are a premier striker, you can be in any position.
Wow, this is it, baby. This is it. He's coming with the strikes.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Sometimes you come in with a strategy, and sometimes you just beat the ever-loving hell out of each other.
What's this? What's this?
Grapevine in the arm there.
Oh my gosh.
Impressive.
His legs are like a jackhammer hitting on his skin.
The balance that takes, the ability to maintain that kind of power while staying on one foot.
He blocked it. He blocked. I was talking earlier about how Stevens wasn't covering up. He covered up that time, and he got all of that forearm.
And Stevens caught him. Stevens caught him.
He went underneath. Is that triangle?
Is this it? Is this it?
Savage Gentleman's got to get a toe on the ropes.
He doesn't have
Savage
all of
Gentleman's
it.
got to try and get to the edge of the pool.
He's right there. He's right there. No, he's going to go into it.
Maybe trying to stack, but he's got a very exposed skull.
Stevens trying to smash the elbows in there just a moment ago. Now he's putting pressure. He's putting pressure. He's got him in a pin.
That's how.
Wow.
That is how Savage Gentleman beat Tim Spriggs, and this is how he beat Delirious.
God!
He got him.
He connected with that.
Is that a knockout? Stop the fight. Stop the fight. Stop the fight.
That's it.
Benjamin beats Erick Stevens.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Good God.
This is what Fight Pro is about.
And still, your Fight Pro Premier Fighter, the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin.
I mean, that was absolutely insane, Nana.
Wow, he's done it again. I'm telling you, the Savage Gentleman, Benjamin Savage, he is going to be a huge star, not only here at Fight Pro, but all throughout the wrestling industry. Wow,
Victor
what
Benjamin
a knockout.
is on another level, but Pelly, Primo, how good did Erick Stevens look?
That was the most trouble Benjamin's been in, and it's the most trouble he's been in for a long amount of time. Long periods of that match.
Very
Stevens
much so.
Dominated. Not just had the upper hand, he dominated. But at the same time, still, Victor Benjamin finds a way. As I said earlier, you find a way, and he found a way, and he made a decisive knockout victory by the end of this fight.
Completely.
Let's see. The question of this match was, could Savage Gentleman earn the respect of Erick Stevens? You beat a man, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to extend that honor to you.
That's
We're
right.
going to see, is Erick Stevens willing to humble himself? Is he willing to give the nod to Savage Gentleman?
They're going to see. see. I know I've known Erick Stevens for a long, long time.
Your Fight Pro Premier Fighter, the Savage Gentleman.
Erick Stevens looks like he's considering there's got to be eating him alive, and he does.
Wow!
There you go.
Look at this moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Fight Pro is about. He's earned the respect of Erick Stevens, an almost 20-year veteran in this sport. The Savage Gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, is the victor here at Fight Pro.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for Enter the Fight Round 4, for Avery Good, for Pelly Primo, and Prince Nana. We really appreciate it. So join us again for Enter the Fight Round 5.